Howdy folks, it's RJ Helms here back with some Capitalism Lab. So just to recap, we are going towards our final goal for this first scenario, the fashion venture scenario. And our goals are to have $500 million in annual revenue, which we've achieved, $50 million in operating profit annually, which we've achieved, market dominance of the apparel industry, which we have right now, but is a little tenuous. If you recall in the last episode, we had fallen out of that position and gotten back into it. And finally, market dominance of the leather goods industry, which is the big thing that we are looking at to accomplish now. If we look at the leather goods industry in all cities, we can see we have, like that last screen showed us, a pretty decent share in every town. But we're not really, we're the second player or the third player in every good. And so we've got to keep up the push to get ahead for that. It is a bit easier in these fragmented markets. So for example, for leather bags, the person who's in first place is already way up above 50%. Whereas, say, for leather belts, it looks like dominance is in the 30 to 40% range. And so that means that getting up to here, because this is a fragmented industry, will probably be a bit easier, because dominance doesn't mean have a monopoly, it doesn't mean have 50%, it just means have more of a share than anybody else. So one thing I want to do first is if I look at my retail stores in all cities, let's specifically look at our apparel stores. Because in Paris I have 2, in Miami I have 1, in Seoul I have 1, and in Warsaw I have 1. So the challenge that we were having in the last episode and why we kind of fell out of dominance of the apparel sector is because these stores, you can see here, they've all got level 9 units. So each of these individual products that I'm selling is selling as much as it possibly can of each of these goods, and it's still not putting us in the best position. I'm not sure my jeans are selling at a loss, but I should turn that around. I'll just make these all charge the same price. And now I'm going to have 2. I should make my prices consistent. Sweater, leather jacket. So that's the challenge here. So I've got the 2 stores. 1, and my second one I just opened should be tucking back here. And it's already up to a pretty high rating. So we seem to keep doing that. Let's do that in the other cities. So in Miami, I should have only 1. It's the same thing. It's all at level 9. I don't want to sell these guys at a loss. Let's find a new place to open another apparel store in Miami. A lot of these towns are getting pretty crowded. 36, 57. Yeah, that's a pretty promising location. So from me, in all cities, only from warehouses, and we know the drill. Blazer, jeans, leather jacket, and sweater. I'll wait for these to come in, and we'll just set the prices to be the same as in the other shop. Finally, blazer. This is my existing one. I got the training budget maxed out. The same thing in Seoul. Store should be Somewhere around here. There you are. Doing pretty good. Also selling jeans at a loss. I must have done something silly. I probably was raising the price at the warehouse and didn't realize that it was going to have that knock-on effect. Yeah, rating 72, that's great. Blazer, jeans, leather jacket, sweater. Crank up the training. Match the prices. And that's that. And then finally in Warsaw, which the IQ company has still gone absolutely insane in. Try to find another good place for a apparel store here if we can. 54 seems pretty promising. Oh no, there's 63. 66? 66, that's great. And do the exact same thing. So once again, set my prices to match everywhere. Make sure I've got my training budget cranked in all of these. Wonderful. So let's look at leather goods now. Same thing, I've got one in each city. Not my leather goods store. Paris, where are you? Apparel store. There you are. So I strongly suspect we're looking at the same thing here. So if I look at leather bags, for example, I'm drastically undercutting the competitor. I'm selling my things for about a quarter of the price, which should be pretty attractive to people. And we can see the quantity sold is high and rising, and I'm selling a pretty good number. But the bottleneck here is the utilization of my my sales unit. So I've got that training, so it should come up as time goes on. But I've got surplus capacity on the manufacturing end and just can't move them fast enough out the door. If I could, I'd be able to take a bit more of an aggressive share of the market. And that's the same case for most of these goods. The leather belt is a bit different. And that's because I don't actually have the cheapest one. Someone is undercutting me. So my leather belt price isn't actually like that. That's the only unit that's not at 100% utilization. So I might need a different strategy there. Oh, got some R&D coming through. Dye stuff is complete. Blazer is complete. Oh, okay, so this is going to be just my existing goods. So these guys still have a long way to go. Leather wallet, leather briefcase, leather belt, leather bag. But based on what we saw there, I do need another leather store. I should expect to see that would increase my market share in Paris for all these goods, except for possibly leather belts. So let's scout out a location for a new leather store around here seems pretty promising. There we go. I can get a traffic index of 90. And so let's just hook this up with all 4 of those goods. Crank up the training budget. Match the prices. And hopefully be on our way. I'm going to turn up the speed a little bit. I've had it just at the low one. And let's just go through all the cities and do that. Yeah, so leather store in this city, just so I can see what's going on. So here, yep, utilization of 100% on all these units, so it's the exact same situation. Building another one will probably help us increase our market share because the bottleneck is actually retail capacity. Oh, 75 right there. Okay, no, I did that wrong. Stop purchase, clear stock. Need to buy my leather bags, my leather belts, my leather briefcases, and my leather wallets. Crank up the training. Match the prices of the other stores. And you should be in business. It'll probably take a while for this to settle in. And let's move on to Seoul in that case. So my leather store in Seoul, let's see, it is the same situation. My bottleneck is the capacity and the utilization of my sales units, so I'm equally well positioned to open a new one. If I can find a good location. 48, 51. 51's not terrible. $63, but that's really close to my other one, isn't it? Yeah, that one's right there. So building it right there is probably not the best idea. Oh, there's 54. That's pretty good. All right, so stock with my 4 leather goods, as you do. Match the prices from the other store. And I've got my training cranked. So finally to Warsaw. Warsaw, you've got one shop, that is the leather goods store. And here, it's the same thing with the exception, once again, of my leather belts. For every other good, I'm bound by the capacity of my sales units. I might want to look at dropping the price of my leather belts a bit. I'd have to do that at the factory or sell them at a loss. My factory is an internal sale. It doesn't really matter the price I'm charging there. So let's follow up on that. But first, let's find a place. So this is the town that is annoyingly impossible to build in because of how the IQ company has built it up. It must be a huge company. Hospital, 48. Down here, 45. My existing store's location. Where was that 48? It wasn't where that guy just put his new shop down, is it? There's 42. That's not so bad. Oh, that's 45. That'll work. And here we know what we're doing. So, leather belt. Match the price of their store. Leather bag, leather belt, leather briefcase, and leather wallet. Okay, so we've got 2 in every city. So we've got 8 leather goods stores. We've got 8 apparel stores. Let's look at how we're doing as far as dominance. So we are still holding the same line. We got about 17 years left to go, which is not too shabby. Okay, so we're dominating leather belts. So I'm not going to worry about dropping the price any further then in that case. Our sweater market share is still eroding. But we're still in the dominant position. So I think we are doing pretty good, all things considered. Let's look at how our R&D is coming along. Yep, these guys are not so shabby. We could buy some technology. One thing I'm going to do... Starting at Factory 1, do a tour of all my my shops and see what we think. So for here, sweater, my price could probably come down. For everything else, I'm pinned by retail capacity, but not for the sweaters. So I'm just going to take a couple bucks off the price of sweaters. That jeans factory is totally overburdened. Alright, in Miami it's the same thing. It's take a couple bucks off the price of sweaters because that's the only one that's not absolutely pinned. I want to skip through something. Okay, let's go back to the 1, 2. There we go. 3. Oh, I skipped to the next. Gone out to the wrong one. So it's like jeans and blazers. Alright, so sweaters, my manufacturing is going just fine. These are both not producing enough to meet demand. I wonder if I should make another factory and have a warehouse or something. Alright, leather's going fine. This is in Seoul. And I'm going to crank up the price of everything just a little bit in Seoul. Okay, I'm switching stores again. There we go, number 12. Raise the price up to match the other one. Up a few bucks. Something just happened. I'll check that in a moment. You can go up a few bucks. And you can go up a buck or two as well. So what was that notification? R&D of Blazer is now complete. Okay. Now on to number 13. Oh, R&D of leather jacket. Oh, wonderful. But that is apparel, technically not a leather good, right? Yeah, these are just coming through. I don't care with them. Well, I care, but they're not going to be the deal breakers for my business. Okay, so here, once again, everything is pinned except for my sweater sales in Warsaw. Maybe I'll bring that price down just a touch. Okay, and these are the second retail stores, so they're going to be saying basically the same thing. Wool. So let's look at our warehouses. I'm going to pause this and clear all this out. It seems like... Okay, no, that makes sense. So it's like number 16. When I get back into these warehouses, so that's number 15. No. Yeah, okay, so other jackets, I have surplus capacity and stuff in my warehouse. Sweaters, surplus capacity and stuff in my warehouse. Blazers, I don't have surplus stuff in my warehouse. So I could build a new blazer factory. Number 18. Let's go to the supplier and see. No, it's a linen shortage. Okay, so I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. Where is my... this factory? I'm going to duplicate this layout in a large factory. Purchasing... flax fiber. Manufacturing and sales. I'm going to set this to internal sale. And then I want to go over here and I have two purchasing units. Both purchasing cotton, which I can buy from myself. I think we want warehouses for both of these. There's textiles, there's linen, perfect. Now I'm going to make a warehouse. Do large warehouses, share. So 2 inputs, bunch of storage, 2 outputs. Alright, and that should work. The goods should kind of flow through, and then you will go to me, linen, supplier 1, supplier 2. Another warehouse. Same thing, 2 inputs, bunch of storage, and 2 outputs. And you will get linked up to my textile suppliers. Okay, so this will be named, this is Linen Warehouse. And this is Cotton Warehouse. I put some training on you as well. I go here and I go to my clients. Yeah, they were all me all along, eh? Okay, so I can leave this all on internal sale and I don't have to worry about prices, per se. So let's go here and go view clients. Supplier. No. Link. All cities, warehouses, linen, batch. For some reason the batch only works if I use the keyboard shortcut, or works more reliably. There we go. Actually, I only have one blazer factory. Look at that. Factory making blazers. No, I have two. This guy's just not buying my linen. My cat's having a bit of a battle behind me. That's pretty funny. I don't know if you can hear it. Okay, perfect. And let's find a company that's buying cotton, which should be my jeans factories. No, sorry, textiles. Link supplier to my, called it cotton warehouse, it's textile warehouse. Batch switch supplier, 5 firms, 6 purchasing units. Let's go to that warehouse and give it a proper name. This is, oh, that's interesting. Textile warehouse. Okay, so this guy's starting to get some stuff stored up. It just switched. This one is still pinned a little bit, but that's okay. So let's take a look at how we're doing. Still growing our profit. Shoring up our position in the apparel industry. Let's see how we're doing on leather goods. Okay, we're very close. We just have to get a little bit more dominance of leather bags, and we will win the scenario. So I'm going to wrap this episode up here. So this has been Capitalism Lab. I've been RJ Helms. Let's pause here. So this has been Capitalism Lab. I've been RJ Helms. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a comment below with your thoughts or any feedback. I've been getting some great suggestions and tips on playing this game, so keep them coming, because I've played a lot of the older capitalism games, but I've been away from it for a long time, and I'm still learning a lot about Capitalism Lab. In the next episode, we'll keep up a good push, and probably we're one episode away from victory, and it might even be a short one. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks so much.